And hello, coming back to Newark by Night in a special. This is the second special episode we've done. Oops, All Ghouls. And to get started, we're going to set the scene. We're looking at a diner. It's a diner we've been to before, actually. It is the little diner that we first had our gathering of ghouls together. It's Andros Diner, a narrow train car style diner. And as we enter in upon that, we're going to have first Havok shows up. Havok, it's been a long night. You know, you've got to meet together with some of the others. But it's a long night and you're a little tired. And there's a waitress there. It's the same waitress that's always there. Hello, dear. How are you?
Surprised I'm conscious. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. Let me get you some coffee. Yeah? Yeah?
The strongest stuff you've got, please.
Would you like waffles?
Oh, that sounds amazing, actually.
All right.
Yes, please.
I'll get you some waffles and I'll get you some coffee. Sit anywhere you like. Only the usuals at this hour. I think one of your friends is here. She'll point in the back, and in the back you will see a woman sitting in the back booth who's actually asleep. Evelyn, the Tremere Ghoul that you met the last time you guys had this kind of gathering. She is asleep in the back booth.
Yep. I found my friend. I will go. Thank you.
All right, dear. I'll bring it over. She's been here for a bit. It'll be fine.
Sure she's alive?
I mean, yeah, I think so.
I'll go check.
And as you make your way back, Sully.
Yes.
Sully comes into this world again. This diner, this landlocked place. You used to stand on the boat. Prowler often checks in with you from time to time to see how things are going. But you find yourself back in that same diner again. You see Havok in the back, Evelyn, and the waitress sees you come in and waves. Hello!
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, it's good. It's good. You still drinking coffee, or do you want orange juice or something like that?
Well, yeah. Nice hot coffee could really hit the spot.
Hot coffee. I offered your friend some waffles. Do you want waffles, or do you want something else?
Ooh, waffle sounds pretty good.
Okay, well, I'll add you to the waffle making thing. Now, sit anywhere you like. Have a cool. I'll bring you your food and your coffee. All right.
All right. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. All right. And then comes in Hawk, looking like somebody wrote a romantic urban fantasy character. Long trench coat, steely gaze.
The book boyfriend.
Yeah, it's a bit like a book boyfriend cross between a character from Highlander. You've heard from Francis that this is the place that all the ghouls in town convene. You've seen the place before. You don't get to come here often. And Francis gave you a disturbing bit of news tonight. He told you that he might have to speed up your embrace. because looks like somebody's going to try and take you away from him, and can't have that. So he might as well embrace you. How does Hawk feel about that?
I think Hawk is a bit unsure. He was probably expecting to be a ghoul for a bit longer, as he feels like he's better suited as a ghoul than a kindred. So he's on the upside. He's very happy that Francis thinks as highly of him because he's utterly loyal. On the other hand, he's just like, I like being this, so I'm unsure of how to feel about being embraced.
All right. Well, as you come in, there is a very friendly, middle-aged woman working as a waitress. Oh, hello. I don't think I've seen you here before.
Hello, ma'am. It's nice to meet you.
Hi. What can I get you? You want some coffee?
Do you serve tea?
I can, yeah. I've got some hot water, and I can get you some. I've got some tea bags around here. I can get you something.
If you would, please. I very much appreciate that.
Oh, of course, of course. Are you with the others? She'll point at the three in the back.
Do I recognize any of them?
You recognize Evelyn. Evelyn
Yes,
is
ma'am.
Is a Tremere ghoul, but
Okay.
she works for Cam, and you're a little confused why she's in an anarch's domain.
Fair. I'm with them.
Okay, all right. Do you want waffles too? Everybody else is getting waffles, I think.
Yes, I would like to try your waffles.
Thank you. All right. Well, I'll add you to the list. It'll be fine. I'll have them over there to you in a minute.
Thank you. He'll stroll his way over to the others. His church coat, kind of like mysteriously blowing in the air as he is walking towards them.
Has the VTM coat version of the Cloak of Billowing. Got it.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And finally, Sage and Bryce come walking in. It's been a long night. You were doing errands for gold. He happily sent you on your way. Like, go have some dinner and have a nice day. You two have a nice date night or whatever you're going to do. You kind of get the impression that he's trying to be the encouraging parental type, but he doesn't want to know.
Yeah, she would have been like, don't worry, we're gonna, I gotta go open shop now, so that's probably where we'll be all day. Let's go get breakfast kind of thing, like, please, I don't need to have this chat with you, Gold. Kind of thing.
But the two of you come in and you see the crowd forming in the back. And you see the usual waitress who's there all the time. She says, "Oh, hello. It's good to see you again."
Morning.
Morning. You want
Always a
some
pleasure.
coffee?
Tea and an omelet today. I'm feeling very omelette-y, very protein.
All right. I can make that happen. And you and Bryce will be like, yeah, I'm going to go with coffee myself, but the omelet sounds nice.
Little bit of everything in it.
Yeah. And she takes your order and sends you on your way. As everybody gathers at the back of the cafe, you see Evelyn just passed out asleep in that back booth.
All right. Should we go greet him?
Bryce is after you.
Well, I see 3 friendly faces, 1 indifferent. And she'll take his hand and go walk over and say hi to everyone. All of you getting off the graveyard shift too?
I feel like I crawled out of the grave, actually.
Pleasure
I
to see
mean-
you again.
You might have where you have been for a while. Always a pleasure, Sully. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. I'm getting some waffles, so I'm looking forward to that.
Oh,
Oh, the waffles here are great. Have you two met Hawk? And she'll point to Hawk.
No, I don't think I have. Nice to meet you. You'll offer a handshake.
Hawk will take it. It's nice to meet you all. I don't get to, I guess, socialize much like this much.
Oh, thank God he's real. I thought I was tripping out again. All those late night fanfics. Whew.
No, he's real. Francis is his boss.
Okay.
And yes, I know what a fanfic is. I actually love reading.
I'm sure you've read some of Prue's. You didn't hear that from me.
I'm pretty sure somebody's written some about you.
I just said that.
He just like looks up in the air, being like, probably.
To be fair, you look like what would be considered a book boyfriend.
I've gotten that a lot. I have also read some books that feel oddly strange to me, very similar to me. I don't know how to feel about it.
If Prue asks you to dress up as Tarquin, just do it.
Someone's probably stealing your likeness psychically or something.
I mean, that's possible.
Or you have a
Me.
stalker.
I doubt they'll still be alive. It also points to Evelyn. Why is she here?
I don't know. Should we wake her up or something?
I would like to know the same after the epiphany of the last job we were all on, and she'll go and tap on Evelyn's head.
Okay. Are you being gentle about it, or
Yeah, she'll do like gentle at first, and if it's not working, she'll like do the shoulder shake.
And if that doesn't work, kettle prod.
you'll do the hand thing where you like, and then she'll sit straight, bolt upright, and starts reaching for her inside the coat.
It's just us.
Oh. Hi.
Good morning, sunshine.
Hi. I don't remember ordering this coffee, but I'm glad it's here. And the waitress comes by with everybody's food and is handing it out in short order. There is a short order cook back there that you never hear him say anything or her say anything to him, but somehow they communicate nonetheless.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you much.
Of course. What rate should I come back with refills, do you think? 10 minutes?
Maybe you could just leave the pot here.
10 minutes is good for another pot, thank you.
Okay. You all look so tired.
Yeah.
Is everybody all right?
I think we're all up late most of the time. We're doing the graveyard shift.
Finals. Yeah, they're a bitch.
I see. Once you're done with your breakfast, if you want a treat, I do have some fresh pecan pie.
Ooh.
Very tempting.
Just let me know. All right, I'll leave you alone so you can plot your world dominance or whatever you do. And she wanders off.
All right, who talked?
Well, I'm new to the group. I don't think I could have.
A little bit above my pay grade.
Evelyn looks bleary-eyed. Actually, she looks... You've seen people who have gone too long, like they had a long night. This is more than that. She is, after she establishes that you all are who you are supposed to be, she's checking the doors and windows. She's got bags under her eyes. She looks much worse than just I stayed up all night.
You see a ghost or something? Do we need to go somewhere a little bit more secure?
I don't know if it would be safer, honestly.
Someone after you?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. The government?
Not exactly. Maria.
He'll just kind of talk with Blake for a moment. I thought you were a part of them.
I was, and then I was experimenting with some of the blood that we found, and suddenly I wasn't bloodbound anymore. And suddenly realized how the Chantry is not a safe place. And so I left, and I've been bouncing around through all of New York, trying to avoid being recaptured. I've been doing that for weeks.
And you're now just coming here.
Trying to protect family.
Fair enough.
Oh, yeah.
But that ship has sailed. The sheriff has a couple of hounds that they always seem to find me, no matter where I go.
Oof.
So there's a chance they're gonna follow you here, is what I'm hearing.
Maybe. I'm hoping I'm far enough away it will at least take them some time. But I don't know. Maybe they'll be afraid to come into an anarch domain.
And if they aren't?
Well,
What?
Corvo and Michaels, they never lose. They always find somebody.
You know, things have been a little shaky with the with both territories, so to say.
I don't know what to do. Got 2 jars. That'll last me for a little while, but I don't want
Well, we had to move the rest. The little problem between both territories decided to try and raid the place.
Yeah. Okay. That's not great.
No, so we had to move it.
Does that mean the authority figures over here know about it now?
My new boss knows about it. He helped us move it. And it also, because I guess you didn't get the memo, that building belonged to Francis.
I suspected, but I didn't know. From everything I've heard, he makes my former Dominator seem like a saint.
I don't know, you could probably compare notes with Hawk.
You're Hawk.
Yes, I am.
I think I shot at you once.
You shouldn't have missed.
It's not usually my job. They just... Sorry.
You're fine. Just know that I don't.
I understand.
Can I get a vibe check?
Sure. Go ahead. Do a insight. Blitz plus insight.
Can I do it? Can I have my threat assessment?
Sure. I'll allow that.
And can I add my heightened senses?
No. This
Okay.
is not a heightened senses kind of thing.
Okay, Hawk. 4, 5, 6, 7 with a crit.
7 with a crit. All right. She is. You can tell she's trained, but she's not a hitter in the same way you are. You can also tell, given that she's barely holding it together. She is absolutely terrified. Yeah, absolutely terrified. She is on the ragged edge, and your best guess, she hasn't really slept much in days.
Hawk would look at her. You can't keep running forever. You're going to need to find somewhere to actually settle and actually have a chance to actually sleep. If you keep going on the way you are, you're definitely going to be in a worse situation.
Yeah, I know. It's just honestly, I was trying to avoid coming here because I didn't want to bring what's going on with me to your door.
Hawk will let surprise. You might want to let him know what's going on.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. Although he'll look at Sage. She can do that these days too. But yeah.
Hawk just raised an eyebrow.
Like I said, got a new employer.
Oh, moving up in the world.
We could say that. More like my previous one is looking for the start of their bloodline.
Ooh,
Some tree sent her on a endless adventure.
If Heather is an odd one.
She'll just give Bryce a watch it, she's still my friend look. And it's still fresh.
He gives you a sort of defensive shrug, like, sorry. All right. So you eat your waffles and you drink your coffee. What are all of you thinking about what Evelyn has told you at this point?
I'm thinking if anybody knows a replacement for her boss, how to help her. Running away will only get you so far and might get you in trouble again if you don't have a new boss.
How about you, Havok?
He's thinking about ways he could help hide her, just in case. Places he could take her, kind of help hunker her down as much as possible.
Okay. And you, Hawk?
New potential asset.
Of course.
Well trained boy. No wonder Francis wants to keep you. And
No.
Sage.
She's starting to think about, all right, we obviously need to let Gold know if she's staying in the city for more than the night and what we're going to do about that. And how we could potentially get her out of at least the New England northeast area of the U.S. for some time.
Okay. Kind of hard to do without a steady supply of blood, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool.
That's the other part. She hasn't shopped yet.
Okay. Are you going to want to tell Gold?
Yeah, she probably would have, as soon as like it was addressed to Bryce, would have already pulled out the phone and been like, Aisling's ghoul is here, though not her ghoul anymore. We'll keep you posted during your sleep.
Okay. And as you all are finishing up, Bryce seems to be texting somebody as well. I'm arranging for possible housing tonight if necessary. She did say Corporal and Michaels, right? And Evelyn will nod. Okay, yeah. They don't come over to this end very often, but they have once or twice. Wasn't good.
What do we know about them?
Basically, they're the ones he sends after folks who try and run. They're very good at finding people, and apparently very sneaky.
Do we have any information on their tactics, who they are, potential, what their clans are?
One's a Banu, and the other one's a Toreador.
Okay. So hard to hit.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't want to get in a fight with them.
No,
All of
probably
us together. What was that, Sully?
probably not the best idea.
Yeah. I don't think all of us together could take them. So let's
Then we need to. Then we need to evade and stay out of their sights to keep her safe.
We got any pictures of them?
No.
Great. So we won't even know what they are until it's too late. Got it.
I think one of them is a writer, but that's all I know. But as you're having this conversation, somebody comes into the diner. A sort of, Sage and Hawk, because both of you have dealt with these kinds of people before. Give me an insight.
What's an insight?
What's an insight?
Yes. Do I get my third assessment?
Yeah.
I keep critting. What is this roll? This is the same roll as last time, except with the crit.
All right.
Okay, Hawk. Just
I still
proving
have
us.
I
Just
have a
proving that. I'm gonna kill Francis. That's all I'm gonna say. I also got a crit for 5. I got 5 with the crit.
Okay. So as you two have seen people like this before, it's a hitter. Like, he's dressed like he's wearing work clothes, but you're fairly convinced that he is armed, and the sort of tired worker act is more of a act as he sits in a booth closer to the door.
She's just gonna give Hawk a look, noticing like he probably clocked that too.
Yeah. As soon as he clocked it, he never showed that he clocked it. He will put his hand on the table and start tapping on it, just a little more than you would probably like indicate.
Is he tapping in Morse code?
Yes, he does some Morse code, but I doubt any of you actually know what that is.
I was about to be like, I don't think Sage would have learned Morse code.
I will be shocked if Havok doesn't know Morse code, and so would Sully.
Yeah, I was gonna say I might know.
Yeah, Sully is used to working on a ship, and Havok. It's a code.
He would have learned it just because he was bored.
Yeah, it's code. Therefore, he must know it. So those two know what you're tapping out. What are you tapping out?
Hitman by the booth, probably after Evelyn.
Just kind of be prepared for what's going to happen if I have a gun, or just pause for a long moment.
Hawk would look to Evelyn. How often do you need to change places?
I haven't stayed in the same place more than 2 nights in a row. But I've been in New York for most of that, so I'm at least within their easy reach there. But the last place I was at was somebody important to me, and I ran so they wouldn't get hurt.
Are you looking for a new boss?
I don't want one. I kind of like having my will be my own for a change. But I can't really go without the blood. I took on the job because Aisling found me when I was sick. If I stop taking, I will get sick again. And not the recoverable kind.
He'll nod. Well, I have someone that could potentially be, but don't know how you feel about it since you know exactly who my boss is.
I do not wish to offend you when I say that,
Francis can take a long walk off a short pier?
I don't want to be mean.
That's a yes.
I'm sure Hawk is very attached to him, so I won't be mean. But yeah, he's terrifying. I've heard stories of what he uses ghouls for. Sure, he might be nice to you, but I've seen some of the other nightmare fuel intelligence.
Sage is gonna grit her teeth when she says nice to Hawk, knowing what she knows he has done to Hawk.
Hawk does not show anything.
He's done some real nightmare fuel stuff.
Actually, would that be... I wonder, do either of the other 2 ghouls here have Sense the Unseen? And would it be pinging their Sense the Unseen if they have it?
Does anybody have Sense the Unseen? You do.
Yeah, I can.
Give me a wits plus awareness.
Okay. Two.
Okay. You don't see anything on Hawk. You do see something, though. You see the image of a very skinny man standing not far away who looks like he's... Bleeding isn't the right word, but he looks ragged. Very nerdy, and you're fairly certain that it's some sort of ghost.
I'll turn to Sage, who had mentioned it before. Is I think there is a ghost in here.
Nerdy looking fella.
Yep.
Harmless. Well, he's harmless. Usually what comes to follow isn't.
Okay.
That's just Cecil. And she'll be like, where do you see him currently?
Just point him out.
Yeah, and he looks rough. Like if he were a person, he'd be on his way to the hospital for blood loss. He looks awful.
Yeah, I don't know if he's armless, but he's bleeding a lot.
That I didn't know ghosts could do that. That's alarming.
Hawk, you have, of course, heard of Cecil. You remember that Cecil was one of Francis's more sadistic interpretations of ghouls. He re-educated Cecil by use of his family as object lessons before handing him off to Sage.
Cool. I don't say anything.
And you have heard that he died, like he blew up.
Yeah, I took his place to watch them for a while.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hawk would say, we should probably change locations, and I should handle the issue at hand.
I'd ask you if you need any backup, but it sounds insulting the way you've been acting so far.
I should be able to handle it.
Have y'all seen my shop yet? We can go there.
Everyone's like, it sounds nice.
Alright. Why don't we get our meals to go? We go have a nice, cool walk in the morning. I need to go do inventory anyway. And Sage will kind of like motion to Bryce, the figure that is armed.
All right. And yeah, Bryce will get up first because he was the last one to get in anyway. And Bryce is a big guy. He's over 6 foot, broad across. He looks like a himbo, honestly.
He's my himbo.
And he moves to the front of the diner, doing his best to look like he's going to go check on the car. What does Hawk do?
Has the guy made any moves as of yet when Bryce was heading out?
No, but you can tell he's clocked him. He's tracking his movement.
Okay. Can I tell who he's looking at the most? Is it Evelyn?
He's doing what you do. He's doing threat assessment of everybody around. While you were keeping an eye on him, you're pretty sure he may have some sort of calm on him because he seems to move his lips like he's talking to somebody.
Okay. Hawk is also going to tap that on the table. Comms. He's talking to somebody. The rest of you should go first. I will meet you there in a minute. Maybe head down maybe take a couple of turns in the block. Maybe try to head into a nondescript area.
So do all of you get up to leave?
I might wait outside with Bryce, but follow them a little bit of the way to leave, maybe circle back. And
Yeah. Sage will make it look like they're not all leaving together and make a habit of it, but she's going to stay close to Evelyn and just kind of like be ready for if she needs to pull out her gun.
Havok isn't going to go out with them initially. He's going to step in like he's going to use the bathroom.
Okay.
And then after a minute or so, he's going to come out and see if that guy followed them.
Yeah, after they walk out, he seems to be nonplussed for a bit and then leaves a $100 bill on the table, gets up and walks out to follow.
He'll fall out behind him, giving him some distance, not directly behind him.
Yeah, Sage will also text everyone the address of her shop. So
Okay.
this way they can all rendezvous there.
Everybody who goes outside, give me a wits and awareness.
Hyacinths.
4 successes.
Concealed objects come into play or no?
No.
You said what's
3.
an awareness?
3.
I roll like so many dice. I love this. Okay, I have to take pictures because this is ridiculous.
Yeah, you do, because I mean it's just proving why a hawk is gonna get embraced soon. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna have to start taking pictures after this one because, yeah, I got 4, 5, 6 with a crit.
Okay. So all of you do better than the team that's outside, but there is a team that's outside. There are 3 more people who are stationed at the different corners of the block that this diner is on. Like they're none of them are dressed the same. They all seem to have their own sort of cover to them, but they're all sort of watching all of you come out.
Are they all together or are they separated? But
They're
still
separated.
together.
They're separated, but you can tell that they're coordinating.
I need to look up the discipline real quick because Katie does not use celerity that often.
Rapid reflexes.
Yeah, no, I pulled that one up. I was thinking of the other one. I was thinking of one that I can't get as a ghoul, my bee.
So as you all are walking out, you're clocking all of these people. You see Amelia come walking up. And Amelia, you see this crowd of people coming out of the diner that you have met at before, including Evelyn and Bryce. But they all, I mean, you've known Sage enough to know that she looks a bit nervous.
Well, hi everybody.
Yeah, Sage is grabbing Amelia and is like, Amelia, we were just gonna go like try and catch up with you. We're actually going back to my place. And she'll like eye the guys around.
Oh, cool. Well, I'm glad that I found you because I wanted to talk to you too. It's good
Great.
seeing y'all. We'll be right back.
Well, we're gonna go have a girls' time with a friend here. And she'll motion to Evelyn.
Oh, of course, of course.
Yeah, this woman looks absolutely exhausted. Like, run through the ringer exhausted.
We'll talk about it. So,
As you all are starting to move, you see the big men who are in separate corners and such, all sort of reposition, seemingly trying to look natural, but they are definitely repositioning to keep all of you in sight.
and she'll go over and whisper to Sage, just, what's going on here?
Evelyn broke free from her boss and is being hunted, and this is where she ended up. So we're trying to figure out what these guys want and if they're connected to that.
Can I do a wits insight on that?
Sure.
All right. That is... Shit. 3 successes.
You can definitely clock the 4 guys that they've been pointing at. It's hard to peg who their target is. They are all sort of watching each of you. Like, these are professionals, and they see all of you as threats. The actual target is hard to peg, but you can tell that they see you all as threats.
And where are we? Just so I'm clear.
You're in a downtown near a diner that you've hung out at, Andros Diner, which is
Oh.
The
Yeah.
diner. Our diner.
So they're all
And
okay.
and they're just outside everybody's outside the diner, and these men have started moving to different positions.
And we don't know what they're here for, other than us. That's weird. Does it look like they're hacking?
Seems likely. You didn't spot it. The insight wasn't enough for that, but others have spotted the arms.
Yeah, Sage would have signaled like they're packing and would have kind of like given Amelia like cues that she's ready to pull out her own firearm if like shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
The one that was in the diner and therefore the closest, and Havok's behind him as he comes out, is he waves at one of the other guys, and when he does, that is when he makes his move. Give me a What is your composure plus awareness? If you have senses, you can add that. 6.
Composure and awareness is 4.
Okay.
5 if concealed objects is allowed, but I highly doubt it.
No, this is the determined turn order.
Okay, yeah, 4.
Havok.
3.
3.
4.
4. Hawk.
9.
9.
Holy shit!
Does Hawk have rapid reflexes?
No, he does not.
So, because of the way things are playing out, the one who starts is the one who's behind, and he pulls up a pistol and is pointing it at Sage.
Okay. Don't worry, I have things for that.
Yep. And because Sage does have rapid reflexes, you can actually try and dodge the shot.
Oh, and not only am I dodging it, I'm trying to disarm him.
Okay. So you're going on the offensive as your response to his attack? Okay. All right. Go ahead and make your roll. That would be you're trying to disarm him, so that would be strength plus brawl with your
disarming blows.
Yeah. Specialty.
Disarming blows. All right. Just the dice really want us to have fun tonight. Because I swear I'm not making this up, just like Tech is it. This is my 3rd crit in a row, guys.
Holy crap.
But you and I both know that if you had blood dice, these would all be messed.
Oh,
Yeah.
the fact that because I'm not separating my dice, the fact that they are on my 2 blood dice, because my blood dice are pink.
Yeah,
Just-
them crits would have been ugly. There would have been
It would
foul
have been
language posted.
It would have been an unfixable messy.
Yep.
So that's 6.
6. Okay. Well, you beat his 4. So you turn as he's beginning to fire, and you, as the gun goes off, you remove the gun from his hand. And what's your strength?
Strength is 2.
2? Okay. You do a minor superficial wound to him as you sort of knock the gun out of his hand. One thing that the gun people here will recognize is his gun is too quiet.
Of course it is.
It is not a silenced pistol. It's a trank gun, firing compressed air rather than an actual gun.
Okay.
But now that has happened, we're going to go to Hawk because he is the highest.
Hawk will pull out his pistol, pull out the suppressor, because I assume he has that, because it's Hawk. And he is going to fire, since that guy is got disarmed, he's not going to fire at him, he's going to fire at one of the other 3.
Okay.
But he will take cover, though, as he's doing it.
Okay. Take cover.
What roll do you want me to make?
That would be Dex plus firearms.
That's a lot of dice. Hold on. Are you joking? Oh.
I don't need
You
another.
see, my hands are up. My hands are up.
I don't need it.
So that is
It's for posterity for all of us.
5, 6, 6 with a crit.
6 with a crit. Okay.
I don't know how he
And,
does.
so, because they haven't had a chance to really go yet, that will hit. This is a pistol.
Yes.
All right. So you see the guy take the shot and sort of fall back a bit. You didn't hit him in the head or anything, but you landed a good torso shot.
I should have caught a headshot. Oh well.
Yeah, that would have been less dice to roll, though.
Yeah. With my rolls, would have been worse.
All right. Next on the Wheel of Misfortune is the other 3 bad guys who are pulling their trank guns and firing. 2 of them are firing on Hawk, and another one is firing on Sage.
Yay! Where are the threats?
Hawk jumped to the top of the order because he just shot somebody. But let's go for the ones on Hawk. That is 2 successes. Go ahead and make an athletics plus dexterity to try and dodge.
Do I get the bonus for cover?
Yeah, I'll give you a bonus die for cover.
Okay, my first time I don't roll a crit, but it's still 3.
Good enough. Second one is firing at you. This time you'll have 2 less dice.
2 less dice? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's 5.
Okay. Well, they miss you. The one that you shot is shooting at Sage. And you can tell that you hit him in his vest.
Gotcha.
And oh dear.
Dex and athletics?
Yeah, Dex and athletics.
Do I get my dodging specialty?
Yes. But you've already been attacked once, so -2.
Okay. That still helps. I am burning a willpower because that was 0.
Oh dear.
All right. We got 3.
Okay. They got 6 with a crit.
Yeah.
So, real quickly, give me a stamina plus composure roll. And you're at -2 on that. Actually,
Stamina.
minus, because they beat you by that much. -3 off your stamina plus composure roll.
All right, so that's literally 2 dice.
Yeah.
Okay. That's 4 with the crit. I'm gonna take a picture.
I don't need that.
I know, but I feel guilty.
So you don't immediately pass out, but you're going to be at -2 to all actions for the rest of the scene.
Okay.
Because you've got sedatives running through you, right? And next on the Wheel of Misfortune is Amelia, I believe.
Okay, so since I was standing next to Sage, the trank gun that the guy was disarmed is near my feet.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to grab that and I'm going to shoot one of them.
Okay.
Probably the closest one, the one that shot Sage.
All right.
And I am specifically calling a shot right here.
Yes.
Okay, that's -2 off the die pool.
That's fine.
Dex plus firearms.
Would you say composure or dex?
You're being quick about this. This is not a
Very well.
thinking game. So.
I always have to ask, just because composure is the usual one for.
This is a snapshot kind of situation. If you were like, I'm going to take time and point, then I would be like composure or resolve. But
I'm spending a willpower because I only got 1 success, and all right, that's 5 successes with a crit.
okay. He's already at a negative with his attempt, but let's see. Oh yeah, you hit him, and I will roll his roll, and he passes out.
Yeah, and that's going to be my turn. I'm assuming since it's pneumatic, it's not going to. You're going to have to manually cock it. So
Yeah, I think next up is Sully.
Okay. I am going to have my hand on my gun and kind of see what's going on. See, it's being a little bit quiet right now. rush to the closest guy, kind of keep my head down, and then try to either cock him
There's
in
one
the face.
right next to you. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just jump and kind of tomahawk smash the guy or something like that.
Okay, so you're going for a ball. This sounds like a strength plus brawl roll.
Okay.
Do you have any specialties?
Don't have any specialties in brawl.
Okay.
Strength and brawl. All right. Yeah, I'll use a willpower for that. That's not the rest one. Still not good. 2 successes.
All right. Well, you still rolled better than him. You beat him by 1. What's your strength?
4.
All right. Do you have lethal body or anything like that?
No.
Okay. So you clock him pretty good. He's still up, but he definitely knows he was hit.
Okay.
That looks more like it's going to take a few blows of that level to be able to actually drop him. So, but next up is Havok.
Okay. He is going to attempt to hack their comms and squelch them.
So what are you doing? Do you have a jammer? Is that what you're saying?
Basically, he's going to jam their comms and try to squelch them to disorient them.
All right. This is not something that normally gets done. So let's say intelligence plus tech. And the fact that this is not your normal thing that you just have going all the time means that there'll be a fairly decently high difficulty.
Do I get hacking on it?
No, because this isn't really actually hacking.
Okay.
Oh, I love that sound.
Yeah. Handful of dice. It's really satisfying.
8 with a crit.
Yay!
Excellent. Everybody's cell phone stops working as he whips out a piece of tech and flips it on and tunes it, and it takes out everybody's cell phone for a block in any direction. The phones are still extant; they don't blow up or anything. It's just can't get the signal. So, but that's a good use of action. We're going to come back around to Hawk because we're not in a surprise round anymore.
I'm a headshot the same guy I shot earlier.
She just dropped him. Amelia dropped him.
Amelia dropped him, and I'm headshotting the next one.
Okay.
And I'm taking the time to actually aim.
Okay. So we're going to call this a composure or resolve. This is you actually taking time, but it's still a pistol, so let's call it composure.
Yes, I prefer composure. That's my best.
Hey, Sam.
And -2 dice scratch for a call shot.
-2 dice for a call shot.
Still a good pull. 8 with a crit.
Of course you did.
Crits for everyone.
I'm gonna take a
it's all
picture
crits.
for me. I'll take a picture for
Oops,
me.
all crits.
I need this.
Yeah, that definitely beats his 4 for dodging. So you beat him by 2. You're shooting with pistol. Okay, and you're shooting in the head. Okay, he drops from the shot.
That's cover.
Yep. Next up is the guy that Sully just hit. and he's going to try and fight back against Sully. So he's going to try and knock Sully's block off. Okay. Are you going to attack back or are you going to dodge?
I will attack back.
Okay.
Same thing, brawl and strength.
Yeah, brawl and strength.
Dang it. Oh, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with a crit.
Nice. You beat his 6 with a crit. So you actually block his shot and like elbow him across the face. And he staggers back. He doesn't look like he's doing well at this point. He's gotten badly abused between you and Sage, so he's definitely not doing well right now. Next up, we're going to go with Sage. What do you do?
There's still one guy up, right?
There is somebody I forgot about in this fight. Let me deal with him first.
I was about to be like, Bryce is here and so is Evelyn. My boy.
Evelyn is not much of a place.
I didn't think she would be good in this situation.
Yeah. But yeah, he pulls. Okay, then. And fires his silenced 45 at the one of the remaining guys across the street. Let me roll it for the other guy's defense. And of course he rolls for shit. Okay. So yeah, you see him pull it out and fire and just catches the guy in the neck. He got an 8 with a crit, and the guy got 1 on his dodge.
Oh, shit.
So it just basically goes pop, and you see the guy like a spray of blood from his neck, and he kills over.
He's just resting.
Yeah.
In pieces, the man is dead.
Yeah.
So
I love you for that.
The guy is telling a story tonight, and the story is that the ghouls win. Is the story right now? All right, next up is Sage. Sorry.
All right.
One guy still standing, and he's not looking good.
So she knows she's tranked.
Uh-huh.
So, wait, let me look at her stats real quick.
You got a dot in your neck.
I did get a dot in my neck. How fucking rude. I didn't even finish my coffee. I want to try something a little wild.
Okay.
Can I pull the dart out of my neck and run up to him and stab him with it? Like,
Sure. I'll call that Dex plus melee.
Let's go.
a dex plus melee, and I'm at a -2, right?
Yep, you're at a -2.
All right, and I don't get my specialty because I'm not
Yeah,
doing anything.
darts.
I suddenly thought of Tombstone. I've got 2 guns, 1 for each of you.
Listen, if I'm gonna get injured every session, I might as well make it worth it.
That's right.
Yeah. Fair.
That is 2 successes.
2 successes.
I probably failed.
Well, he gets to try and resist. He's going to try and attack you back rather than try and dodge.
Okay.
He got 1, so you hit.
Yeah, I'm just like,
And I will roll his. Yeah, and he passes out.
and she's just gonna let him drop.
Okay. He just kind of.
And like, doesn't even put him down gently. It's just like, I'm over this.
Okay, you have defeated these assailants. Do you do anything now?
Amelia's going to point to the one that's still living. We should ask this one questions.
There are two still living, actually.
Oh, sorry.
The one
She's gonna point to the one that she tranked in the neck and be like,
Sage tranked. They're both alive. The other two are dead.
but we need to leave.
I probably shouldn't drive anymore.
Yeah,
I'll
Bryce
take
is like, I'll bring the Escalade around, load the bodies in the back. And he goes off to grab his Escalade, drives it around, opens up the back. Does everybody help put bodies in the back, live and dead?
Mhm.
Yeah, I would assume that Hawk has like some solvent in his car, so he's gonna go take the solvent and just pour it over the blood on the sidewalk.
Sure. Crime scene cleanup. Gotta love it.
How many witnesses were there?
Well, there's definitely the waitress. You want to talk to her?
I'll talk to her.
Damn it.
Yeah,
I liked
is
her.
just gonna be like, you go talk to her. I'm gonna go fall asleep in the car. Come on, Evelyn.
Evelyn's like, yeah, right beside you.
What was the waitress's name?
You've never asked.
What does her name tag say, if any?
She does not have a name tag.
Look, she's gonna approach, and she's gonna have this apologetic look on her face. And it's like, I am so sorry about what happened there. I don't know what my friend got into, but there were some bad people.
You're a regular. I know. And I know that you have a lot going on. Don't make it a habit.
We won't. Thank you.
All right.
Oh, love her so
You want
much.
some coffee to go?
What's that?
You want some coffee to go?
You know what? I think I would love some coffee.
Okay. I'll go do some. You stay right here. She goes.
She's
Starts
so
pouring
cool, Mom.
cups of coffee.
We must protect her at all costs.
Oh, we are going to protect her at all costs. If anything happens to her, oh,
Amelia's gonna reach into her wallet, pull out a 20, throw that down, and it's like, this is only part of it.
It's all right, dear. Here you go. He hands you a 7, like a tray of to-go coffees.
Oh fuck yeah!
with
Picked it up.
a pile of
Creamer and sugar.
yeah, the non-dairy creamer and some sugar packets.
I noticed you don't have a name tag. What's your name?
Oh, my name?
Yeah.
Well, you can call me Muriel. We'll go with
Muriel?
today. Yeah.
All right, Muriel, for today. Thank you again.
Sure. Be careful.
Of course. And I see you there. She's going to walk back with the coffees, which I assume everybody is done loading bodies in at this point.
Yeah, I assume like nobody has any difficulty in living bodies.
All right. Let's get in the car. I got coffees for everybody.
Hey, sweetheart. Hi. I'm seeing 2 of you right now, and she's just gonna pull out her shop keys and just like attempt to hand them to Bryce.
He'll take them carefully. He'll give her a kiss on the forehead. I'm glad you aren't hurt more than that. Are you all right?
There's 2 of you right now. I'm gonna pass out with Evelyn. Just
That's fine.
and just instantly passes out.
You make sure that the seatbelt's on you and everything in the seat.
Fully slumped over.
And he stares at her for a moment or two as the rest of you were watching. And then he was like, all right, let's go. Can't hear you, Tyler.
Is anyone else convinced that the waitress is a otherworldly being?
Oh no, I strongly believe she is one of the many ghouls that Gold has because I know the businesses he runs. And I'm
That was in character. Just
Yep.
Something tells me.
I don't know, but I love her.
Something tells me she's probably the most dangerous person in this city. Don't know why.
Most definitely.
Well, either way, I'm not going to look the gift horse in the mouth.
But you all drive over to Sage's gemstone shop. Sage, you want to describe your gemstone shop?
It is the most witchy vibe crystal girl place you could think of. Like, it definitely, you would think Feather had influence on it. No, this is really where Sage's, like, talents shine, and it's obvious that Sage more influenced Feather in that aspect than Feather did Sage.
okay.
Like, it's covered
That
in
influence was
geodes.
emotional, not aesthetic.
Like, it is a lifestyle. But there's also, with like each gemstone, you would notice there's like actual like scientific knowledge along with like, oh, this stone is used for these healing properties or these protective properties. Also, here's a fun little scientific fact about it.
All right. Bryce carries Sage into the gemstone. Kind of get the impression that he's carried her that way before. More than once. Evelyn comes in. Bryce is like, okay, let's go into the back and talk there. Hey, Sully,
Yeah.
you and Hawk get the two live ones out of the back of the Escalade.
Yes, sir. Head on out.
Hawk will go with the other live person and make sure they're zip tied and, bound.
Sure. So you all manage to get in there, and you have 3 unconscious people, one very tired-looking Tremere ghoul, and the rest of you, with Bryce moving his truck so that the dead bodies in the trunk aren't immediately obvious to anybody walking by or anything.
Throw a blanket over it.
So Evelyn's like, I guess they were after me.
You must be very popular.
Yeah, I know things about the Chantry of the 5 Boroughs.
Yeah, I'd say that makes you a very popular person. Not to the right people either. So, how did you get out?
I stopped feeling that connection to Aisling that I used to have. I just suddenly didn't feel it anymore. But she still trusted me. So I took off one day when she sent me out to do something. Tried to lay low, try and find a way to figure out a next step after that point. And next thing I know, this white-haired woman and Goth Boy showed up at my doorstep a couple of nights later. Barely got away from them, and it's been cat and mouse for weeks now. I'll go someplace, I'll hide. Next thing I know, they'll be right there.
Oh, fuck. And it's just like, you could just see, it's like Amelia is suddenly just tired thinking about it. Just, you didn't have any plans in place other than the next step, did you?
I didn't know. I mean, I just...
Were any of those people recognizable?
No. They didn't look like any of the... and she looks over at one of the unconscious bodies. I think they're contractors? Freelancers?
Amelia's going to go over to one of the unconscious ones. Search for a form of identification.
There is a remarkably empty wallet with some ID in it, but you're fairly certain that they're fake. They look like they were printed yesterday.
Yeah, the expiration date is showing almost exactly like 5 years, 10 years from now.
Both of them have high quality bulletproof vests that are easily concealed, and the one that you put down that Hawk had already shot had a broken rib, so he lets out a groan when you try and move him, because if you have a bulletproof vest on and you get shot in the vest,
that energy's got to transfer somewhere.
Yeah. Instead of piercing you, it kind of like breaks a rib or something like that.
Well, you see, Amelia is going to lean into that spot.
And it starts to rouse as you do that, because pain will wake you up eventually.
Not exactly the kind of hangover you were expecting, huh?
Where am I?
Nowhere important. Who sent you?
He looks at you. I would be bad at my job if I were apt to talk.
I see. I am going to roll intimidation and manipulation, and I have a specialty in veiled threats.
Okay. What are you saying to him?
You'd be a lot worse at your job if you weren't able to perform it anymore. I have the ability to make sure that you would be unable to do any kind of job again. You won't get this ability either. I'll make sure you're homeless. I'll make sure you're forgotten. And she's going to lean harder into the wound.
Give me a roll.
Yes, girl.
Like, this is not an Amelia you've seen, all right?
I was about to do the exact same thing. You just beat me to it. So I'm like, you know what? You go.
All right, I'm going to add the willpower to that. Okay, so that's 4 successes, no crit.
Okay. You still beat his composure plus resolve roll. By a little bit, at least. So he's like, all right, look, not to lay it in so thick. It's just a job. We were hired. This lady, she wanted, we've been following the little punk girl, and the guy in the trench coat was one of our targets of opportunity priorities. We had a briefing on him.
She glances over to Hawk. So these two were your priority.
We were sent mainly for her. Once over at this age, he's asleep in a tree.
bonus objective. I understand. You had 2 targets.
Yeah.
And just gonna look over at Hawk, and it's like, I think we know who's gunning for you.
The government.
Hawk is like, just like the first time, Loki just breaks. He's just like, okay. He
I
just
mean-
kind of blinks. He's just like, that took me out of it.
Oh my god.
So,
Now I wish I was awake for that one.
It's like he just, like, Amelia does not fully break. It's just kind of like the very just caught, like the subtle dimming of the eyes that the joke just like, you're not technically wrong. Okay, so we know exactly who hired you, and honestly, I think that that sums up just about all I need to know. There is one other thing. Was this an in-person conversation that you had with her? And where did you?
Creepy lady, dark hair.
Eyes like a shark.
Yeah.
Okay, I know the word. Do you do business over in that end often, or is this your first time?
We were referred to her by family, Puttanescas.
I see. Nice little family that you got.
We did it for them. They referred us to her. It's nothing personal, and we weren't supposed to kill her.
I'm aware. But there are fates worse than death. And she's going to look at the others. Any of you have any questions?
My questions got answered.
are there any other teams coming for us? For her?
If there are, I don't know them.
We gotta assume there are more.
Yeah. Havok, you get a message from a fellow hacker. It's like, hey, your usual servers are unpingable right now. What's going on?
Hold, please. And he's going to take out his laptop and see if he can connect and figure out what's going on.
Okay, doke.
The one-time group therapy goes a little bit longer, and y'all get accosted by these folks.
I'm just sleeping in the corner. Awesome.
Give me a intelligence plus technology. See if you can figure out what's going on.
Well, he's doing that. Can I tell, taking a closer look at their comms, if they're radio or digital?
They're cell phone, essentially, with
5 with a crit.
wireless rigs. 5 with a crit. You determine that your servers are absolutely unpingable. They have been pretty much since early this morning. Looks like it doesn't look like a firewall thing. It doesn't look like somebody's blocking them. It's like they're not there.
Okay. somehow Dad's abilities have been able to affect the servers because those bitches vanished too. All right. He'll send back a message. They poof. I'm going to figure it out.
Okay. Do you want us to set up like a mirror for some of our backups?
Yes, because we need those.
Okay. You'll work with us on it, and we'll get them set up.
All right.
So, if you want to help them, give me another intelligence plus tech. Sully, you do recognize that the comms that they're using an app on their phones, and they have very subtle earwigs that are hard to spot, and as basically Bluetooth.
Okay.
And they're communicating, but they're basically communicating through an app.
Just 6.
Just 6. That's enough. You managed to help them get set up a mirror off of backups. So the servers are back up and running.
That was weird.
You know that your servers were at least in your little hidey hole.
Yeah, so are those at your house, or are those the ones we found with the...
Wait, those are the ones that are at my place, or the place we were at? The place we'd found?
The place you found.
Okay.
Yeah, the one running Windows ME.
Yeah. Yeah, those are the ones we came across. That's... okay.
They're down.
They're down would require them existing. These ones just vanished.
By the way, Sully, as you're examining the thing and you look up, you see the skinny guy again that seems to be bleeding. And he's standing next to Sage.
Oh, Cecil's back. We might want to...
Cecil?
Yeah, he's over by Sage. He represents bad stuff, I think, so...
No, not him. No. Cecil is good. I actually talked to him not too long ago. He's keeping an eye out, and
well, he might be trying to warn us. Then I don't know. He's here now. So. Does he still look all bloody?
Yeah, he looks torn all the bits. He looks like a horror movie survivor.
Yeah, not in great shape.
that's not normal. Shit.
So, question for this crystal shop: do you have like weed and other stuff like that?
No, she's not selling that stuff.
No, I mean like incense and stuff. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, she has incense. She would have the usual crystal girly stuff.
Okay. So, Hansel gonna find the strongest incense he can find and put it under Sage's nose.
Try to do a smelling salts routine.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, that it'll be strong enough, and it's been long enough. These trank darts weren't meant to keep people down for long. But she sort of shakes her head and wakes up.
You're paying for that. I hope you know that.
Sure.
You're not just gonna come into my shop and burn my incense.
Bryce comes back into
already
the.
put them under your drawer.
Bryce comes back into the back room. Well, I've hidden the truck and tarped over the bodies, and oh, hey, you're awake. You okay?
Could be better, but could be worse after some encounters we've had. Nothing's broken yet.
I don't like how comfortable you are with that.
It's kind of become a thing.
Yeah, I know.
In this line of work, you got to get comfortable with a lot of things.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that later, Sage.
You just worry too much. And she's gonna pat his cheek and look at the rest of the group. So, what happened while I was out?
Well, these guys met up with Liz.
The Gorgon.
Sure.
The
I'll go
Hakata.
with that. Mhm.
Yeah, she's from the Gorgons of the Hakata.
Oh, that's lovely.
But
yeah. Basically, what was it? Acted as a mediary for somebody? Or was she directly the one? I couldn't. Andy is mixing up signals in her head. So,
she's the Hakata who came and visited you.
yes.
She's a Gorgon, and you later found out that she's an ally of Eileen's. But
She was the one that basically gave these ones the mission, these goons.
by the way, Hawk, give me an insight check.
Do I get start assessment or just no?
No.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna spin willpower because I'm crayfishing.
because we want all those crits tonight.
I don't get it, but I get 6 successes.
Okay. Because you're very watchful and you're watching these guys, the two that are sort of your prisoners, basically. You watch this guy listening to the conversation, and you kind of get the impression that he doesn't recognize a bunch of the terms you're using.
I snap his neck.
Give me strength plus athletics. No, strength plus brawl, rather.
3.
You manage to pull it. It's not easy to snap a person's neck. So you actually are like, before he stops struggling. He's bound, so he can't exactly grab all your wrists to stop you. But he keeps trying to pull away from you as you do it. And finally, you snap his neck.
And I just put the body back. It slump it over.
Okay.
They don't know what we are.
No, we did.
Ah.
You could have told us that, and then we could have done the mind thing.
What would be easier, the mind thing or making sure they never speak again?
Yeah, Hawk seems more like a ready, fire, aim kind of guy.
You really are Francis's lapdog, aren't you?
A hawk just kind of like blinks. It like nothing. It doesn't really seem to bother her whatsoever. Let's just say I might not be this for much longer.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be sure to let Prue know.
Say that again.
I said I might not be this for much longer.
Because after all, she was discussing transactions about you in front of us.
So, wait. Bryce is like, what? So, wait. What do you mean not like this? Are you going to be like somebody else's school?
No. As far as I'm aware.
Just exchange a glance with Sage.
Yeah, no, she's definitely gritting her teeth and her little baby fangs are peeking out. I'm gonna go take care of inventory.
Oh, by the way, Cecil's here.
Hi, Cecil, wherever you are. I'm going for a walk to the front of my shop.
He's apparently torn to bits.
He's torn to bits. Torn to bits like he got exploded, or torn to bits like something ripped at him?
Hawk?
He looks he looks like he's from a horror movie.
And Sully, while you're looking over at him because they're asking, you see this little girl with black eyes standing behind him.
Motherfucker, not Annabelle.
Oh, a cute little girl's here too.
I'm sorry, what?
A cute little girl is ooh.
So
She's
Annabelle's
hostile.
here too?
Her eyes are kind of creepy.
Yeah. Slight problem with that. She doesn't live here anymore.
No.
All of us.
You see Cecil begin to back away from her.
He's kind of scared of her.
Can I do a quick wits occult to see if there's anything in the shop that might ward away a ghost?
I was about to say, can I also, because it's
Sure,
my
you
shop,
too.
give
Yeah.
them
Who has the bigger pool here?
occult is wits and occult is 5, 6 if I have Kindred specialty, but this isn't Kindred.
Same. All right. Whoever wants to take the lead, the other one can get a die from.
I'll give you an advantage. You wanted
Alright,
to make the
cool.
roll, I'll give you the advantage.
So you get an extra die because she's helping.
All right, cool. That's 6. Let's see what we got here. Since I've got so much of it, I'm going to spend my third willpower just to see if I can bump this up a little bit. Okay, now that's I got 5 successes, no crit.
The only two things that you can think of in the shop that might help is hematite or some other iron ore derivative, or the Himalayan pink salt lamps that she undoubtedly has.
Does there need to be a ritual, or can we just throw this? Or is that the extent of my knowledge? I have to guess.
It's the extent of your knowledge. You think that those are the two things that are most likely to be repulsive to her?
All right. Well, the salt lamp seems to be the most immediate one. She's gonna grab it and just be like, "Sully, here you go. Throw it at her."
You all are paying for the damages, I swear to God.
Sage, where's the hematite
And she'll go
or iron or whatever?
she'll
Yeah,
go
Hawk will
grab
ask-
a bunch of hematite, iron, and similar things.
Yeah, Hawk will ask, doesn't she only show up when danger's around?
Not
Well, now
anymore.
she is the danger.
Yeah, things have
Oh.
happened.
Hawk
All right.
pulls his gun and he's just kind of... he's not shooting anything, but he's on
Sully?
guard.
You try and throw this salt lamp.
He'll pause for a moment and be like, "You can't shoot a ghost, man." Yeah. And just hold it and inspect her, a little curious, maybe looking for too long, and then toss some near her.
So it's a big hunk of salt. What are you going to do here? Are you going to
Okay.
like it's a salt lamp kind of thing?
Lamp. Oh, if it's a lamp, then I'll just kind of
You're going to try and
whisper to her.
her with it or something, or are you going to throw it, or what's this look like to you?
She said throw it, but I'm just gonna test it out and hold it in her proximity.
Okay.
Take a step closer.
Advancing on Cecil, and you hold the salt lamp out in front of her, and she walks into the salt lamp and steps back, then starts to walk around it.
What's it doing?
It doesn't seem to mind it too much. It kind of
It
went
did,
through.
it didn't just walk through it.
It didn't walk through it. Okay.
Like it just stopped, backed up, and walked around it.
Okay. It might be avoiding it.
Okay, just keep that on her. I'm going to build a circle or something. Can I get a mortar and pestle here, please?
Okay.
Oh my God. This so much
Have-
inventory.
Havok's gonna look at Hawk and be like, "This is Newark, not New York, and you ain't Ernie Hudson. Put that thing away."
Like, hustle stuff. Like, she's just going to like be like, we're not grinding up the product. We're not doing this. I have smaller in the back here, and she's gonna go get like the little baggies of like the little shards, and just be like, just use this because I'm not losing any more product.
Fine.
The little girl is advancing on Cecil while you're all sort of trying to figure out what to do with the mortar and puzzle. Sully, do anything?
I don't know. I might get a little bit closer to her.
Okay.
See if I can repulse them, or
Are you basically trying to touch her with the salt, or
yeah, trying to touch her,
okay?
get it very close.
This is my repulsor orb.
Every time you try to touch her, she flinches back. She's still trying to get to Cecil, though.
The one time we want Ronaldo.
She's going for the guy.
Hit her with it.
We're not throwing the lamps.
I didn't say throw it. I said hit her with it.
Just Hadouken it.
Either way, do I have enough to make like a small circle or something like that?
Sure, I will say that Sage has enough in the shop that you could grind it down into a circle, and
Okay.
5 feet across, not too big.
Yeah, nothing significant, but just enough to keep her in place.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna need your help with on this, Sully. I'm gonna build a circle. I'm gonna make a circle of this around her.
Okay.
And she'll keep her distracted so we can trap her.
I'll try to point to her and move the object closer.
What roll do I have to make an iron circle?
So go ahead and give me another occult roll. Let's call this. You're winging it here.
Sure, shit, I am.
Let's call it wits and occult.
All right. I'm gonna spend another willpower here. I did not do well. 3.
3. Okay. I mean, you're fairly certain that she's not going to cross into that circle.
Or out of. Hopefully it's out of. I can't move this circle again.
So you tried to draw it around her. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, I'm trying to point to her and.
All right. And she looks around at what you've done, and she fades from view. And Cecil is he's gesturing to Sully because it's clear Sully can see him, and he's talking, but nothing, you can't hear it.
All right. It's okay, guy. We're working on it. He's really agitated.
Oh, fuck it.
And as you watch, she peers behind him and puts her hand on his shoulder and begins pulling him back. And he starts trying to grab for you and just passes through you as he's trying to feel a slight cold as his hands pass through you as she drags him into wherever. You're not sure where.
Oh, okay. You ever seen the movie Drag Me to Hell? I think that was Cecil.
Oh my god.
So what I'm hearing is she points to the circle. Was a waste of time and money.
Perhaps.
Evelyn, actually, I may have a thing you can do.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's I found one of his feathers. We could maybe use it.
He had more than one.
Yeah. People sometimes do. Well, ghosts sometimes do.
Well, I had the other. Amelia hid it, so Gorgon bitch wouldn't find it.
If we can get his feathers, we might be able to pull him back. Maybe.
Well, I've got one of them. Not on me, but I've got one.
Okay. Where am I going to go?
I don't know. We might all want to go soon because that was super creepy and maybe an ill omen.
Well, I gotta clean up this mess now before I open up.
Bryce is like, we're in the back room. Nobody's coming back here.
Yeah, but this is still a mess in my shop.
Sage. He points at the dead bodies.
I'm aware of those. We're gonna get to those.
This is the least of the worries right now. I will take care of this. Let's concentrate on what's important. Okay.
Oh, look. I can't make any promises.
And you see Bryce going and grabbing a broom and dustbin.
Yeah, Sage is going to step out the back employee entrance and light up a joint.
Of course, yes.
So, Evelyn, I can't make any promises, but what you say is true. If we can't use the feathers, you can at least stay with us, at least with me. I've at least got a couch that you can crash on. Until we figure something better out.
There are people who are hunting me. I don't want them to show up at your door.
There are plenty of things that want to hurt us showing up at our door. What's one more?
And if we got to move you, I could, hold you up at the rabbit hole for a couple of nights.
All right.
It ain't the prettiest.
I don't care if it's the prettiest. I just don't want to go back to Aisley, and I don't want to, no offense, don't want to become Francis's next project.
I don't think anybody's going to take offense to that.
But I also don't want to die.
Well, of those three options, I think the idea that you can be a pet project is the least worrisome. And that's just the idea. That's no guarantee.
With all the knowledge that you have, and if you do share with Francis, there's a good chance he will take care of you and not have to be a project, as you say.
Not to mention, you've got a lot of knowledge that is very valuable. And if that knowledge, goes to someone else, somebody with the means to protect you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Francis has ways of moving you around. You'll never be in one place at one time.
There's one
If
thing
you
I know
want-
about the Tremere is that they're very fucking crafty.
If you want the safest option, Francis is your safest option.
Hawk,
Yes.
give me a charisma plus persuasion.
Yay! This is a
Can I,
really bad pull for me.
You get an extra die because Amelia's actually been helping you
Yay.
here.
Thank you. I need it.
I mean, alternatively, you could have me picked up.
I'm going to use willpower. Okay, That's 3.
Okay. Doesn't seem like I have a whole lot of choice. It's not like I doubt gold is going to take me on, and most of the other kindred on the side of this river don't keep many ghouls. I hear there's a couple of Nosferatu ones, and I hear the gangrel have some, but they're not actually part of the barony. So it's either Francis or I keep running till I find the gangrel. Scary as these hounds are, I doubt they'll want to go up against the gangrel.
Well, we're looking for them ourselves. Because Amelia doesn't actually know.
I was about to say, we don't know what happened.
But that's one of our
Blair's
next
mouse.
steps. That's one of our next steps.
Okay.
So
Tell you what,
your best option might actually be here, at least until you find somewhere else.
okay. All right. Well, I guess I will. I'll talk to Francis. One condition: I help Sage and Amelia with their ghost friend.
That's
That
what
could be
I like to
arranged.
hear.
Least I can do. You all were willing to help protect me.
All right. Well, we've got some trash to dispose of, I think. And
Bryce is like, yeah, I got a cleanup crew. They'll take care of those guys.
well, time for you to get acquainted with my digs.
Okay. You don't mind having me there?
Honestly, I think I might welcome the company. You should see my neighbor.
What about? She'll point at Havok and Sully. You guys had places to go, right?
Yeah, I got a place.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you need to hide out for a minute, you can stop by.
All right. I'll try and keep moving until things are settled with Francis and we've worked out the ghost problem. All right.
All right.
She'll put a hand on Amelia's shoulder. This means a lot.
Don't mention it.
Okay.
And as for you two, Hawk, you make plenty of appearances here. But still, she's going to reach out and pull out like a card and hand it to the three of them. It has Amelia's contact info on there. Well, hopefully you don't have to use this if you're ever stopped by mortal authorities. I could at least represent you pro bono.
Thank you.
All
You need
right.
representation, and they don't exactly give a shit where it comes from, as long as you represent.
Never talk to the cops. That's my motto.
Precisely.
Actually, never get caught, but
Well,
Yes, but redundancies. Make sure you stay alive. That's why I'm still here.
Havok, you get another message. Hey, we're getting folks asking to join the servers. And you know the person who's contacting you is another ghoul. Others in the community I don't know why we weren't getting these before, but we're getting them now.
Okay, he will fire up his computer again and see if he can sort these.
The G in LGBT stands for Google.
New merch idea.
Indeed. But yeah,
Lick, Ghoul, Bat.
you do see a number of connection requests from around the country. And some of the requests carry messages that definitely indicate that they are probably ghouls.
Okay, that's interesting.
What is?
What's up?
Blast from the past, apparently.
One of them has an interesting message. What happened to the radio station?
Radio station?
You will remember when we first met up together, there was a radio transmitter in that rabbit hole.
Mhm.
Oh no!
Oops.
Was that an in-character oops or an out-of-character oops?
Both.
Makes it fun.
Oops. Havok?
When we were, things happened. We're sorting it. Get it situated. We got all kinds of friends trying to connect, and one had a very interesting question that I wasn't thinking about again until now.
Mm-hmm.
I should probably fix that, huh?
I mean, if it involves the word oops, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna go sort that. And yeah, we'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. He'll send back. I got it handled. Requests should be sorted. Have to fix something else?
You might want to check on it.
Yeah.
See what state it's in.
Sully has worked with somebody who's done some radio transmissions. He might be able to help on that front.
Yeah, if you need a new tower, I'll be happy to set things up.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. We broke the last one.
What?
Things happened. Anyway, yes, I could use the help. That would be fantastic. Thank you.
Well, I'm no computer expert, but if you need an assist, I'm multi-talented.
And with that, I think this is a good place for our ghouls to sort of end their evening. But it's not totally it. As we switch focus, there are men setting up in a van. They all look very professional, all wearing button-up shirts, looking at a series of monitors. The van looks nondescript. Nobody would notice it. It's only a block and a half away from the apartment. As they look at images from inside the apartment. And we're going to leave it there.
Oh,
But thank you, everyone. Thank you to everyone who showed up and watched Oops All Ghouls number 2. We will have more of these in the future. And we love doing these. We have so much fun. I'm going to go ahead and start the loop around for everybody to introduce themselves, plug whatever they're going to plug. We'll start with Havok and work our way across.
Hi, everybody. I don't normally go first, so I'm going first this time. That's unusual. But I'm Lekar the Artificer, on all the social medias that you could possibly find me on. And if you are finding me on somewhere that I shouldn't be, let me know, because I've probably lost my way.
I was Sully. I am Tyler the Nerd on TikTok. Be looking forward to see what happens. They're watching.
And Hawk.
I was Hawk. You can find me everywhere at Techomonk on TikTok and all that stuff. It was a pleasure being here.
Sage.
Hi, I'm Sage. I play Sage. I'm DragonOfTheDarkRose on all socials. You can find me. And you'll be seeing me next Monday when our normal coterie is meeting. And hopefully they are telling us about what happened last session.
And I am Andy Crimson. I play Amelia Morgan. You can find me at my socials at andy.crimson. And you can best believe that I'm going to have my work cut out for me the next session.
And I am Jeremiah McCoy, aka Basics of the Game, here on Twitch and on TikTok. And I appear in various places and do various things. And I am happy to be the storyteller for Newark by Night and the Oops All Ghouls specials that we have. And I want to thank everybody for showing up and playing, and everyone showing up and watching. I love all of these lovely people, and I'm always happy to play games with them. So have a good night and enjoy.
Good night.